Not every possession ends with salvation. Some end with horror. They say evil often disguises itself as loneliness, as curiosity, or even as a helping hand. But once you invite it in, it never truly leaves. This is the terrifying story of Emily Cross. And after hearing it, you may never sleep peacefully again. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The Whispers in the Walls. Emily Cross was just 19 when it started. She lived with her parents in a small, quiet farmhouse in rural Pennsylvania. The kind of place where nothing ever really happens. Where nights are silent, and the wind sings through the trees like a lullaby. But for Emily, that silence was broken. It began with scratching. Soft, almost like fingernails lightly scraping the inside of her bedroom walls. She brushed it off at first. Mice, she thought. But each night, the scratching grew louder. Closer. More deliberate. And then came the whispers. At first, faint murmurs, unintelligible. But then, they began calling her name. Emily. Emily. Always at 3:15 a.m. The shadow in the corner. One night, unable to sleep, Emily sat in bed reading her Bible, trying to comfort herself. But then, the lamp beside her flickered. Once. Twice. Then complete darkness. The moonlight barely illuminated the room. That's when she saw it. A tall, black silhouette stood in the far corner, still, motionless, yet she could feel it breathing. Two faint red eyes stared back at her from the darkness. She couldn't move. Couldn't scream. Her heart pounded so loudly it felt like it would burst from her chest. And then, the thing whispered again. Emily. I see you. But when her father burst in moments later, the shadow was gone. From that night on, Emily was no longer the same. She became distant. Cold. She barely ate. Her once vibrant eyes grew hollow, sunken into dark circles. Her skin paled as if life itself was draining from her. Her parents noticed strange behaviors. She spoke in languages none of them recognized. She'd wake up covered in deep, bloody scratches she couldn't explain. At night, guttural growls and low-pitched chanting echoed from her room. And worst of all, she began smiling at nothing. The priest. Terrified, her parents reached out to the local priest, Father Gabriel. He was known in town for his experience with unusual cases. When Father Gabriel entered the farmhouse, he immediately sensed it. The air was heavy. Oppressive. The scent of sulfur filled his lungs. And despite the fireplace burning, a deep chill consumed the house. He tried speaking to Emily, but it wasn't Emily who responded. Her voice dropped several octaves, distorted, like multiple voices speaking from one mouth. The girl is gone, Father. She belongs to me now. The first exorcism. Father Gabriel wasted no time. The first attempt to save Emily began the next evening. As the priest read holy verses, Emily thrashed violently, her back arching in ways that defied nature. Her eyes rolled back, revealing nothing but whites. Suddenly, she levitated, hovering nearly 3 feet off the bed. Then came the thick, black vomit that spewed from her mouth, splattering across the wooden floor like oil. The demon mocked the priest. I was invited. She opened the door. I simply walked in. The exorcism failed that night. Father Gabriel barely escaped as chairs and furniture hurled through the room, crashing into walls. The terrible truth. Later, the full truth came to light. Months before the possession, Emily had stumbled upon a hidden room inside the abandoned church near their farm. Inside that room was an ancient grimoire, a book of forbidden rituals. Out of youthful curiosity, and perhaps loneliness, she read from it aloud, unknowingly summoning something ancient. The demon's name, Asmodeus, the collector of souls. The final exorcism took place on a stormy night. Lightning tore across the sky as Father Gabriel, accompanied by 2 fellow priests, returned to confront the evil. The moment the prayers began, Emily shrieked. Her body convulsed violently. Her voice shifted between a child's innocent laughter and a monstrous, guttural roar. The priests pressed on, shouting over the deafening howls. "In the name of the Almighty, I command you, leave her." The demon resisted, shrieking. "You are too late. She is mine." Suddenly, every window shattered. The walls shook. The lights exploded in a shower of sparks. With one final scream, so loud the priests covered their ears, Emily collapsed. Silence. Had it worked? Weeks passed. Emily seemed normal again. Eating. Smiling. Speaking like herself. But at night, the scratching returned. Her parents would sometimes find her standing alone in the dark, whispering to something invisible. And when Emily passed by mirrors, if you looked closely, you could sometimes see the faint, twisted grin of something else reflected behind her. The truth? The demon never fully left.